So you have to ask yourself, is it possible with the exclusive Hot Toys booth this year at Star Wars Celebration that they'll be getting a call? And could it be from another worldly being? Let's pick it up and find out, baby. Hello? Ares? No, I am Ares. You're the Dark Jedi? No, I'm the Dark Jedi. This is Dark Jedi Ares Tarrington from a different Earth, from an alternate reality, but you're still me. You sound just like me. No, I think my broadcasting is a little bit better. You're Skull, is this you? No, you swear that's not. Okay, who do you swear on? On the 14th Skull. I don't think that there is. Skull, this has to be you. Okay, Dark Jedi. I'm certainly not the 13th Skull. Yes, I have wizard juice. I have wizard juice right here. I don't know what the stars are saying. I have to crack it open. You're seeing Artisan Han for Celebration at the Hot Toys booth. You're seeing an Artisan Luke, an Artisan Leia, a Darth Nihilus. What? Hello, Ares, Skull, whoever. Listen, we've got a whole lot to get into. I think I'll take that Dark Jedi's advice, whoever he is, and I'll crack this open. Ah, look at those stars moving, baby. What do they say? You don't say. Let's go ahead and dive into all of this. Right now. All right, and welcome everyone to another episode of The Market Show, right here, baby, at the 6 Scale Cantina. Would you look at this banner right here? Look at this. We have Han, Artisan, a version from Return of the Jedi? Would they really do that? Would Hot Toys give you another version from a figure that they have on pre-order? We're going to dive into that, and I think you know the answer already a little bit later in this episode. Look, it's going to be the same thing when we talk about this Dark Empire Luke, which is due to come out anytime between April and like July or so, or something to that effect. We're going to get into that as well, because is it possible that we are going to be seeing and getting, and it's going to be raining, 2.0 and Variation City? And I say,
they call him the Wizard.
Yes. Come on. You see Leia down there, they've teased that. Are we going to get a straight up Artisan of that particular figure? What about with Bo-Katan? Did they fix the hair, and are they ready? Did they say something about, kind of in a way, that this is the way? What about Darth Nihilus? Could he be the next one? On top of, we got Darth Revan, Darth Malgus. We got a Dark Empire. Are we going to get a Darth Nihilus? And the ultimate dark side, is this the version that's coming? You're going to want to stay tuned for all of this coffee spilling magnificence as the Dark Jedi the Dark Jedi Ares Tarrington from this reality, this dimension, puts together all of the breadcrumbs and connects all of the data and gives you all the wizardry when it comes to 6 scale that you can handle, McBabies. Cheers to you. Hope you're doing well this week. Excellent. I also got some Telborian tea for later on in the show. And, of course, coffee in the official weathered 6 scale Cantina cup. More weathering than Inart or Hot Toys could ever dream of doing. Only here at 6 scale Cantina. Before we get into all of this juiciness, let's get into some other juiciness as well with this particular episode. And I'm going to bring this up on the screen before we get into all of that with some of this market news right here. And look, right from March 9th, and you can see right here, all the way up to $390 for this She-Hulk. Okay, that's used. That is used. You're going to see used at $390 with 37 bids. Used. Okay, outstanding seller of 1,361 feedback. All 100% positive, and not including the $26 in shipping. So you are talking about 450 somewhat dollars for this She-Hulk figure. Look, this just was released. But what's the story here? I'll tell you what the story is. This was part of the whole new mechanism that I've been telling you that Hot Toys was going to be marching down with Sideshow. More and more announcements, less production of these announcements, with more 2.0s and more variations. Look, this was very, very low production. And you're starting to see it here because it went on waitlist a long time ago, on a pre-order on Sideshow, far, far away. And you're seeing the results right here. This is the results that we get as collectors when they don't produce so many of these in such an exorbitant amount. And then your figure has immediate resale value of epic proportions. And when you are spending $400, $500, $600, $700 all in on figures, you want to be able to get that. You want to know that what you're buying has and retains that value. And whether you plan on selling it or never plan on selling it, everybody likes to know that what they have has value, what they do has value. And right here, this is absolutely a complete 180 from what has been going on. Let's continue to take a look at some of these other things. Let's go to another one right here. And another outstanding seller that you could see with 7,704 feedback. Wow. And look, these are really starting to sell everywhere. And it's the same story as that She-Hulk. They just did not produce that many of these and already at $510. 5 sold at this seller right here, Toys for Adults. 5 sold already with the Flash. Again, not a whole lot of this character available. They didn't produce it in that type of exorbitant amount of numbers that they did with these Marvel figures in the past, that they did with these DC figures in the past, that they did with these Star Wars and Mandalorian figures in the past. Okay? Coming into COVID and shortly after, you are seeing a complete 180, and you're seeing these figures sell. And it's not just in Hong Kong and overseas. When they become available here in the United States, if you're watching in the United States, or in Europe, they are selling for not only around the same price, but in many cases, more. And that is a definite 180 from the past in the secondary market. Look, you can see right here from the United States. And, you know, you put this up and 35 viewed in the last 24 hours, you can see here up on the screen, for an MMS 700, even with this ultimate Dark Lord of the Sith from Return of the Jedi, already is up over $300 with 2 bids, and it has 5 frickin' days still remaining. And this seller has 100% positive feedback, but let's face it, it's just 31. You know, I'm sure a lot of people bidding on this are thinking perhaps, maybe, they can go ahead and get a McBargain on this. But already up at over $305 and 5 days left. Again, more and more announcements Hot Toys and Sideshow are doing with a lot less production of these announcements, with way more 2.0s and different variations. We certainly have a ton of different variations of Darth Vader, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Christian Bale, Batmans, you name it. Okay? But when they are limited and there's just not that many and they go on waitlist real early, this is kind of what you get. This is what you get. Okay? Let's continue to look at some of these here, and we can pull this up on the screen. And you can look, here's this seller again. 13 sold so quickly with Supergirl MMS 715. Why? Why? Again, a very controversial film, and it didn't make it, bombed in the box office. I personally really enjoyed this film. I enjoyed this character. I enjoyed just about everything about the film. And you can see that already that this says it's in 2 carts. If you look at the upper left here, I'll try and blow that up a little bit. Why is this selling so much? Is this Supergirl Iron Man? Is it Spider-Man? Is it Luke Skywalker? Is she Princess Leia? No. If it's not that popular, then why? Well, because, again, it's less production. More and more announcements, less production of those announcements. This figure is rare. And it's selling to that effect. And when you take a look at some of these that are numbered, okay, where they have the numbers to them, where they're saying, hey, we're only producing, and this just sold a few days ago, a few days ago here, okay, and this particular figure here, limited to just, you know, whatever it is, 4,000 pieces with the Artisan edition, okay, and look, this is right from, okay, the United States, going right in there, $775, not including the taxes, which puts it well over $800. And when these are new, whether it's the Jack Sparrow DX39, or it's the Heath Ledger DX33 Artisan Joker here, when these are new and they're selling here in the U.S., it's anywhere between this price here and up to $1,000 or above ship. That's what they're going for if they are new. And you can see this is right from Corbin, Kentucky at over $800, and the feedback is 40,047. 40,000. 47 for, you know, this Joker. Let's continue to go on to some of this other stuff here. And you can see right here, the DX39, it's the same story. $750 sold from Hong Kong. Sold from Hong Kong, not including the $90 in shipping. Absolutely unbelievable. Okay? But brand new. And right now, if you want to buy some figures from Hong Kong, you can absolutely still take advantage of the de minimis, postal exemption that, we have in place, the de minimis act, where if you buy anything, from Hong Kong or China, and its daily value is under $800, okay? For a lot of items, including these type of figures, temporarily, that is still in effect, even with the increase in tariffs that we have right now. We had, 10% extra that was put on China, and then on March 4th, I believe it was, another 10% on top of what was already there. So that was 20%, I believe, on top of 17.5. So you're talking about like 37.5% tax. But there is still that de minimis opportunity that there's a temporary hold on. So, can you go ahead and get these figures right now for a limited time, I would think? Yes. I would think that you can right now. Now, I haven't tried it, so I don't know. I kind of get a little weary about buying, from Hong Kong right now, and then I'm going to get hit with this tax. So, but that's from what I can see and from what I understand, that is the case right at the moment, for sure. But look, man, wow, that is just absolutely insane. So let's continue to go on and take a look over here, and you could see from this that, again, here's another outstanding seller. Okay, Hawk Wars Toys, a lot of us know him. I've bought from him. Very, very good seller. $1,120 for there's no best offer here for Wonder Woman. And this is, again, another Artisan. Even though it's not dubbed an Artisan, this was their first Artisan. It's the Warner Brothers 100. Comes in the same type of ways, the same exquisite type of DX type packaging. It's absolutely unbelievable. This figure, I have this figure. Why so much money? Again, okay, this is limited to 1,500 pieces. The Joker was limited to the 4,000 pieces. The DX39 Jack Sparrow limited to 4,000 pieces. And what have I been saying? More and more announcements, but less production. Certainly this qualifies at 1,500 of those announcements, with more different iterations of the same thing. Here's more Wonder Woman. I think the last time that I put this up, sold 5. Already another one in a cart, but 6 now. Again, from Toys for Condolts. $1,304.99. $1,305. Does it have free shipping? Free shipping. Are you kidding me? Okay? That is a big, big difference. What you're seeing in the secondary market. But now let's go back to those figures from before this. Okay? And you can see that bidding ended on this on March 15th. And the seller had to relist it. Because for just $175, okay, with 25 shipping, on a DX, not one bite. Not one bite. Not one bite. What is the difference? Look, I've just been showing you a bunch of stuff. This is the opposite way. Let's continue and let's stay with Star Wars. This one did get a bite. Okay, March 14th on a Friday, this sold a few days ago. Okay, 30 bids. Wow. But it sold like a high-end Black Series figure at $120. Dark Trooper, TMS 032. Okay, there's some Black Series figures. There's some Vintage Collection figures that would destroy this. Why would some Vintage Collection figures destroy this? It's not even vintage from the 70s or 80s, those kind of vintage mock. They're redos of the cards, and some of them are just takeoffs of that type of look. Why? With the packaging. Why? Well, because there's so many of these, and there wasn't that many that Hasbro put out with those. They're highly collectible. Okay? And look, again, collect what you love, collect what you like. I sure as heck do, but I don't want to collect them like the old Kenner and, you know, Hasbro 3 3/4 inch orange and green card Power of the Force figures. That's great. I love them too. It's too bad I can try and sell a 1,000 figures for $150. I don't love it that much. Pause. Cheers to you, baby. $120, not including the $8.47 in shipping. Unbelievable. Let's try and go to some Marvel. Let's go to some other ones. And yeah, there's Rescue. Same type of situation. And a great seller with 320 feedback and all 100% positive. Not a bite at $170. Yeah, it's a good figure. It's just too many of them. Too many of her. Too many. Again, I'm giving you the 180s here. The 180s on what you are seeing. I mean, it is just absolutely crazy. And then I'm going to pull up some more for you here so that you can see just the difference, the dichotomy between the figures that are coming out now with the limited production and the ones from the past. And again, it's just unbelievable. Let's see if I could go ahead and pull this up so you can see it right here. And yeah, I can pull this up for you. There we go. There's the picture. All right, so let's take a look at this. So you can see right here, because sometimes eBay doesn't like when you pull these up when they don't get bites on it. But I found a way to be able to get around it. Great seller, 808 feedback. And you could see here that the seller had to relist it because it got 0 bids. $125 for a Hot Toy with 747. Unbelievable indeed. So again, the big difference here is that we're getting a lot of announcements. More announcements than we've ever received in the history of 6-scale collecting and Hot Toys. And I believe 2025 is going to far surpass all the exclusives, all the Qs, and all the enormous announcements we got in 2024. But with all these announcements, what's the catch? It is far less production. And you're getting a ton of 2.0s. And some of these 2.0s you're getting even before the 1.0 comes out. So let's go ahead and tie this all into what's on the banner right here. So taking a look at this incredibly awesome looking Artisan Han Solo. Is it possible that Hot Toys would do a 2.0, if you will? Okay? Or a different variant, whatever way you want to really dub it. Okay, going around this type of thing. Maybe you want to kit bash a little There's a lot of stuff I'm going to show you here with some of the things that they've been doing. But is it possible that they would actually, with this Return of the Jedi Han Solo, give you an exclusive artisan version of the same exact figure? And I say yes. I believe that they would. And I think we have to take a look at that here. Because remember what they did right here with the Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. Before that, as soon as that came out, the day that it came out, they went ahead and they gave you a different one with the same exact head sculpt and kit bashed it with a Mandalorian body. Okay? It was and actually very, very successful for them to do that. Okay? And I'm pulling these up onto the screen so that we can go ahead and take a look at this. So right here, okay? They did this before. Let's pull it up. And let me see if I can just put them side by side. There we go. Is that nice? There you go, right there. So pretty much the day when they went ahead and did the final release photos of this Clone Wars Obi-Wan, they went ahead and said, oh, by the way, here's another Obi-Wan right off the bat. They went ahead and did that. So you have to ask yourself, would they do that with this Han Solo? Would they dare do something like that? Make it limited to, especially if it's limited to something really, really low. Something like 1,500 pieces. Can you even imagine a Star Wars character like this? Oh, don't worry. Because you'll certainly get artisan Hans in Empire Strikes Back. Probably a couple of versions. Probably when he's, on his Tauntaun. Wouldn't you spill your coffee over that? Probably Empire Strikes Back. Just the best thing. You probably spill your coffee over that. You probably get a Stormtrooper disguise and regular Han Solo look, and maybe even the ceremony 3 more from A New Hope. You probably spill your coffee 3 times over with all of that. So don't worry. They could go ahead and do it and just limit it to 1,500 pieces, because it's not going to be the last artisan Han that you ever see. But they did it right here. They did it right here because it makes sense to do it. Right here, what can they do? They can have the same exact figure. Everything that they're spent the tooling on, that they're working on, and they can they could go ahead and say, okay, but with 1,500 here, or 3,500 here, or 2,000 here, we'll go ahead and use wool hair, premium wool hair, with rooted implantation technology, give you an exclusive. And can you have this exclusive ready for Star Wars Celebration? And I say, yes. Remember, at Star Wars Celebration, you're going to get probably announcements about the upcoming Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Probably about the Knights of the Old Republic, or the older movie that they're working on. Certainly on the new Rey movie. And probably some other stuff as well. But none of these, shows or movies are going to be out yet. What in the heck is Hot Toys going to put out, since they are putting out so many more and more announcements? They're going to get your buzz by a lot of the things that you see on this banner right here and right now. And doing stuff like they do right here. Look, I will pull this up onto the screen for you as well to give you another breadcrumb that you could go ahead and follow with what I'm giving you here today. Make sure you smash the like button And make sure if this is the first time that you're watching that you subscribe if you're not subscribed to 6 Scale Cantina. I do very much appreciate the support. So let's go ahead and unblow this up, and let's go ahead and type in Artisan Joker and see what comes up. Wow. There's like, well, there's a few of them, but there's two of the same one. How can that be? You got a Heath Ledger Artisan Batman Imposter, and you got a Heath Ledger Joker Artisan. How is that possible? Well, I'll show you. I'll tell you how it's possible. Before the DX one came out, the one that they actually was up on pre-order, okay, even with the sculpted version still available for some, they went ahead and gave you this before those even came out. Limited to 3,000 pieces. Using, again, not Mandalorian armor that we have, that they have so much of that they can use, but Christian Bale Batman armor and clothing, which they also have equally as much of, okay, with and can make with their tooling. And they went ahead and did this well before the final production photos for the DX 33. So again, you do have to wonder, would they actually go ahead and do this as I pull this back up onto the screen? And here's the picture that I want right here. And I say, yes. They absolutely, certainly could. And I think you're going to see a lot more of this just because they didn't, when this came out, officially tell you about an artisan version. Doesn't mean they can't pivot and just do that. Okay? Doesn't mean it at all. And when you go back to this banner right here, I could tell you what's so interesting, as a lot of these figures are due to come out around this time period, including that Han Solo right there, right around this time where we're having Celebration. And the same thing with the Dark Empire Luke. So remember, with the Dark Empire Luke, okay, this is very fascinating to me, because I could see a lot of what Hot Toys is going to do here through the crystal ball and from the information from the 13th skull. Okay? When you take a look at this Dark Empire Luke, and I'll pull it up onto the screen, and there's sculpted versions, a few different sculpted versions on this. This is due to come out. Let's talk about this. Okay. April. Well, that's a couple weeks through September. But you have to wonder, like that Artisan DX Joker, which they put out the Batman Imposter, okay, 3-4 months before that one even came out. It was ridiculous. Is it possible that at Celebration they give you Return of the Jedi and Mandalorian with Grogu Luke? And I say yes. Why? Because they're doing it. I'm showing you all the data that suggests that this is the model that they're following. And remember, if you don't know about Dark Empire, it's like 5 or 6 years or so after Return of the Jedi, and it's just a comic. Okay, it's just a comic, but Star Wars, you know, Hot Toys is diving into not only the shows and the movies, but the comics, the what ifs, all that kind of stuff. Anything with Star Wars that would sell. This is very, very niche. But it's Luke with his, you know, father's outfit on, but his father was already dead 5 or 6 years. But what time period is The Mandalorian? Well, last I checked, it was 5 or 6 years after Return of the Jedi. So you have to ask yourself, is it possible that Hot Toys would capitalize on making extra money by throwing another Grogu and changing the hair? Because they did change the hair from that Batman imposter version. The DX was a lot less poofy. I had them both. Could they do that here and give you Return of the Jedi and then give you a Mandalorian version? And I say they're going to make money. They're investing in this tooling. Return of the Jedi is only, several years back. And he's already older and mature. It can work with the right hair. Certainly would work with the Mandalorian. Heaven knows we need a new Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. And could they 2.0 the Mandalorian and Grogu? Look, they were kind of teasing Hot Toys with their little Instagram banner, which I don't have right here. They were kind of using a Mandalorian slogan, like, this is the way that they're going to be there. It's the way, whatever the heck they used. Did they use that slogan just for a catchy Star Wars theme and didn't put no thought into it at all? No marketing thought whatsoever? Or is there going to be a couple of Mandalorian surprises like Luke? Like Bo-Katan? And I say, yes. Look, this is what they're doing. And if you think that this is the only Luke we're going to get this year and the only Luke with this head sculpt we're going to get, I think you need to drink some wizard juice, because you'll be putting a comment in here and texting me saying, the wizard, is that what they call him? Simply delicious. Don't forget, smash that like button if you want. Appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe the first time you're watching. It's glorious when you think about this. Look, and when you put all the dots together, this is a lot of what they are doing. Look, let's look at these other ones here. Look, Darth Nihilus. Yeah, Darth Nihilus. Is it possible? Well, listen, you're not going to want to miss Is It Possible about Darth Talent. Because you can see right here at 6scalecantina.com. Go ahead and bookmark 6scalecantina.com if you don't have it yet. Bookmarked. It's a fun site. You like 6-scale collecting, you like what I do, you'll have a blast on 6scalecantina.com. But you can see my latest insider extra right here. Darth Talent. Is she coming from Hot Toys? Brand new. Just uploaded right now. If you join the channel, you'll be able to watch this exclusive video right here. It's awesome. You get to see a lot of different things, kind of playing that right in front of you there. We got a nice little intro, and we dive into a lot of different reasons why. You can see right here that Darth Talon is going to be coming up as I kind of breeze through some of the things that we go ahead and we talk about in here. You're not going to want to miss this episode for sure. And look, while you're there, this was just uploaded. You know, the case for Gina Carano and Cara Dune. And then you'll also see the case for Carrie Fisher and prisoner, the prisoner Leia, Jabba's prisoner. I've got a lot of the exclusive videos up there, a ton recently. All you have to do is believe. And besides believe, just go and support. You can hit right here on this menu item here at 6scalecantina.com. You'll see it's just $3.99 a month to join the channel. That's all it is. And if you look for ways to support me, you don't have to worry about Patreon, this or that. You can always put in a super chat or something like that. But one of the best ways to do so is just join the channel, baby. Still just $3.99 a month. You can do it right here. It'll take you to the join button at 6scalecantina.com. Or just go to 6scalecantina.com. You're watching this now. Hit the little join button. See everything that it comes with. And I do, baby, appreciate your support. You know, and that makes us go to these crystal ball power rankings right here. And listen, it is time to vote. At the time of this recording, it is the middle of the month. It is March 16th. And you have another 2 whole weeks to make the new April power rankings, the crystal ball power rankings, where you want them to be. Still number 1. You could see all the way up there is that dark side Anakin. And Darth Talon, number 51, is she going to move up? You know, we're speaking about her here up. Go here and vote. Crystal Ball Power Rankings. Just go to, you can see you can vote right here. I'm showing it on the screen. You can vote up to 10 times. And then if you see something up here or think that something is going to come out from Hot Toys or InArt that's not up here, just right under Darth Talon there, you can see that you can put in your name and your prediction. Don't forget to go ahead and do that for sure. But yeah, when you're talking about going back to what we were, there's that Han Solo. You know, the current one that we were speaking about right now. For the Return of the Jedi. Would they go ahead and, you know, give you a variation like this? And, you know, that also goes to bring this up. And he was just on the banner, so I didn't put him on again. But you do have to wonder, is it possible with the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens and what I showed you with the Batman imposter artisan of the Heath Ledger Joker and the Mandalorian disguise Obi-Wan Kenobi from the General Kenobi figure, that with the upcoming Moon Knight, that they can go ahead and give you a Poe Dameron pre-order for the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens? And I say, let's grab some more of this juice, baby. Cheers. You're watching the Market Show. This wizard juice is just absolutely delicious. You can get all of these up here at 6scalecantina.com. Don't forget to vote. Go vote right now. Put it on up there. Going back to this banner. Look, you're seeing Leia, and you're seeing Bo-Katan, and you're seeing Darth Nihilus, and you're seeing the dark side Anakin. And it's the same darn story with that dark side Anakin, to be quite frank with you. It is the same story as with the Obi-Wan Kenobi Clone Wars. And with the Heath Ledger DX Artisan Joker. Look, pulling this up onto the screen. And here he is. This is a perfect time, right in time for Star Wars Celebration, to do exactly what they did with the Batman imposter Joker. However, I dare say this one will make even more sense than that one, because the dark side version of Anakin was actually in the movie. Revenge of the Sith. And besides that, last time I checked, is it possible that it's the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith? Yes, it is. And that's why that's ranked number 1 by a lot of us in the Crystal Ball Power Rankings at 6scalecantina.com, because it's just obvious that this is going to be one of the most epic, ancient action figures of all time. Not only the one here that's the non-dark side version, but the upcoming imminent dark side version. And they also did this before, way back before they were even into this type of mechanism as much as they are now, with these more and more announcements, with lower production of all of these announcements, with more 2.0s and more different variations. It's absolutely crazy when you really think about it. And, you know, when you look at Star Wars Celebration, you could be getting every single one of these on here. When you look at Darth Nihilus, they already gave you Darth Malgus. They already gave you Darth Revan. They already gave you a Dark Empire Luke. Could they give you a Darth Talon? Sure. How many Twi'leks do they have already? That type of tooling. Can they give you a Darth Nihilus? Well, they're seeing the other ones are selling. This is not even. They don't have to worry about the human head sculpt with this. This is an absolute no-brainer for them. The dark side Anakin you see on the right. That's a no-brainer. Why? Well, because I'm giving you the breadcrumbs that they're doing it. What about Bo-Katan? Well, look, they've already teased that. But they heard some of the feedback. Some people were concerned about, you know, that hair or whatever it is. It seems like whenever they come out with something with Bo-Katan, there seems to be a lot of concern. But I wouldn't be too worried about it. Just like with, I'm pretty sure that, you know, again, they were using they used a Mandalorian reference. And I think it's because you're probably going to get this Artisan Bo-Katan, and you're probably going to get the Luke Skywalker. It makes too much sense. Again, with the Dark Empire Luke, it makes too much sense. When you look at the Leia here, Leia, they've already teased that. And is it possible that they give you 3 different versions? Unlike this Anakin. But much more like the way that they did that Dark Empire Luke. And I say, yes. What do I mean by that Dark Empire Luke? Well, you've got 3 versions. You've got this collector edition here that's all sculpted. You got a special edition as well that I guess is special. And you got an artisan edition, which is obviously the artisan. Could they be doing that with this Leia that I have up here on the banner? And I believe that they will. I believe that they will. Look, and again, there's not a whole lot of Star Wars content that's going to be bursting at the seams this year. Certainly there would be if they were coming out with 50 figures all year. But they're going well north of 100 announcements per year. Probably going to be hitting between 130 and 140 this year. What are they going to come out with Star Wars? There's not enough. Andor. Okay? There's not enough of the things. With Celebration, they're going to be giving you a ton from the past. And they're going to follow the same exact trajectory that they have been doing with all of these DC, Terminator, and Marvel 2.0s, baby. Look out for Star Wars, because I think that that's what you're going to be seeing at Celebration for sure. And going back to 6scalecantina.com, and let's go ahead and take a look at the 6 scale market power rankings. Again, this isn't which figure is the best. It isn't a power rankings like who's the best. It's what figure is performing the best, or in the secondary market, or garnering the most demand. And you see a little bit of changes here this week. You see that there's a flip-flop here. The Joker is now back at number 1. We were talking about that earlier. The DX33 moves up to number 1. Down to number 2 is Jack Sparrow. At number 3 is that Wonder Woman. In-art Gandalf stays steady. At number 4, same thing with Crosshair, steady. At number 5, you're seeing the Flash. All the way up at number 6 and still there. And then the Jack Nicholson Joker, strong at number 7. Number 8, the Batman from In-Art, strong at number 9. Bane, Hot Toys Bane. Hard to argue. Is any of the figures that I put up really that much better than this? Is it better than this? I mean, think about it. And Paul Atreides, whatever, from Dune. There's your top 10. You can see the top 20 over here. You got some movement. You got the Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi moving up a little bit there for sure. She-Hulk all the way at number 13 now. Again, go to 6scalecantina.com. You could have fun with these power rankings for sure. And then here's your crystal ball power rankings. And like we do with every show, let's go ahead and count them down from number 51. There she is, Darth Talon, 50, Qui-Gon, 49, 3PO, 48, Dooku, 47, R2, 46, Baze Malbus, 45, Tarkin, 44, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Alec Guinness, A New Hope, 43, Luke, Farm Boy, 42, an Artisan, Hot Toys, Henry Cavill, Batman vs. Superman, 41, Luke, A New Hope, Stormtrooper Disguise, 40, right there, Brandon Lee, The Crow. Now, number 39, General Veers, 38, Craven, 37, Bail Organa, 36, Bounty Hunter Disguise, Leia, 35, Luke, Bespin, 2.0 already, maybe battle damaged. Maybe battle damage. Now let's go to 34. That Bo-Katan we're talking about. Are they going to fix that up? 33. Captain Marvel, Artisan. 32. Rise of Skywalker, Emperor. 31. That already came out. Number 30. Ra's al Ghul. 29. Rey. 10th anniversary, Force Awakens. You have to wonder. You have to wonder. She's at number 29 in our top 30 now. Number 28, Luke 2.0, Snowspeeder pilot disguise. Can you even imagine? This is one of my favorite figures to begin with. One of my favorite figures to begin with anyway. 27, Artisan, A New Hope Leia 2.0, Christopher Reeve 2.0, Kylo Ren 2.0, 24, Christian Bale 2.0, Artisan. 23, Luke 2.0, Mandalorian. We talked about it. 21, 2.0, Artisan. Iron Man, that's 22. 21, 2.0. Oh, actually, we'll call this a brand new from the new movie. We already got the freaking villain. Can we get Aquaman already? Here's your top 20. Prisoner Leia, 19. The Return of the Jedi Luke, Artisan, 18. Queen Amidala, Artisan, 17. Asajj Ventress, 16. Cara Dune, 15. Gamora, Artisan, 14. Hera, Artisan, 12. Jyn Erso, Artisan, 11. Darth Nihilus. I think we're at our top 10. Are we at our top 10? We sure are. Actually, no. That was 12 was Nihilus. 11. Artisan. Han Solo. We talked about this. Here's your top 10. Number 10. Hoth. Luke. Tauntaun. 9. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Attack of the Clones. Artisan. 8. Thor. Artisan. 7. Poe Dameron. Force Awakens. 10th anniversary. 6, that Leia we were talking about, Artisan and Sculpted. 5, Artisan and Sculpted, Revenge of the Sith 2.0, Obi-Wan, Mick Kenobi. All right. 4, Artisan, Wick. 3, 2.0, Joker. 2, Dark Side Rey. And number 1, you know what's coming. You know what time it is. It's time for more wizard juice, baby. And that's about all the time that we have on this episode. Remember, I don't always drink wizard juice, but when I do, baby, I do it right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Some believe ancient action figures here belong to those out there. They are coming.
So you do have to wonder. So you do have to ask yourself,
Is it indeed possible?